With the macro closures behind us, GTII has made a pretty nice upside considering its bearish motion. Let's go ahead and validate and confirm what could be happening for the following sessions. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, this is ARCa coming at you with a GTII technicals and raw price action thread of analysis on this Hump Day Wednesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, team. So first of all, happy 4th to everybody. I hope you all had a good break and a good meal with family, right? So now we're back to business and we have to see what could be happening with our favorite tickers. So now GTII, actually now with the start of this new monthly iteration here, we're getting a pretty nice upside, okay, which I have to remind you about what we were looking for before, right? So, and this is in respects to every 200 and some odd days, like around 240 days is where we start to see a potential reversal and an uptrend based on a cycle that I've actually discovered over, I mean, a massive part of the history here of trading from GTII, right? So many iterations showing that 241-day cycle thing, right? So this is something that we looked at. Just a couple of weeks ago, right? And we were noticing that within our cycles here, we were already at this candle closure right up here. You see the arrow? We were right at that 241-day limit. We were already there. So now that we got this monthly closure, we have started the new one in the green. Okay, so this is already looking pretty promising. Of course, these are just time fractals, and there's nothing to do with any fundamental and nothing to do with anything else other than speculation. I would like for you to remember that. Okay, so this is absolutely promising for the GTII asset, as we were already expecting a potential upside continuation based on the support touch of this channel down here, okay, right around that 68 cent. We were talking about around 71.28, I think it was, right? So very nice price action thus far. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and take a look at the next chart. Okay, so this is GTII on the 8-hour chart. And we were speaking about reclaiming the inside of this wedge, okay, this falling wedge right here, which we have already done. And in doing so, we had already expected a potential target that we can reach, right? So I'm still going to honor this target here, 85.87 to 90.29 for the coming sessions, actually, as I am seeing a continuation to the upside based on momentum and volatility increasing for GTII, okay, specifically for the shorter time frame, here in the chart, right? Specifically the hourly, bi-hourly, 4-hour, all of those are showing a potential upside coming in, which is why I'm remaining bullish for the time being on GTII, okay? So let's go ahead and now take a look at the following chart, okay? So let's see what we have right. I'm sorry. This was the bottom side that we were looking for. The 71.28 at the 2.618. Looks like we actually got that monthly iteration to validate that. And now, in respects to this 71.28, of course we reached 68. I get it, but I want to show you something actually. Coming back to this chart here, the Gaussian channel. Let's go ahead and pull that up, as this would be something very indicative of a continuation to the upside. So please go ahead and notice that this last month iteration actually, came down just slightly short of touching that, if I can just kind of delete this like this, you can see it, right? We came right, I mean, very short on touching that, the mean band of the monthly Gaussian channel, which tends to rhyme a bit when we came down here on this iteration here, right? So very close to the mean band there, and then we get that bounce to the upside. Okay, so yeah, that's it's looking pretty nice. Now, if we're gonna look at this and speculate on it, then let's go ahead and take a look at historically what has happened. Let's see if there's any okay, yeah, so we have a one touch here, potential upside. I'm sorry, a present upside, right? And we have another breakout here. We have that one touch back at the mean band before a bounce to the upside. Okay, so there are several iterations here to where we have faced a one touch right before a continuation to the upside. Of course, we don't have too much trading history on the monthly time frame, as this is as this is extremely high of a time frame, right? But yeah, team, that's essentially what I'm looking at here. It looks like there could be that reversal. I mean, expect an ebb and flow, okay? It's not going to be one shot straight to the moon. We all know that, right? So we have to practice risk management. We have to practice whatever we can to make sure that we can stay in the green, right? But anyway, yeah, GTII looking pretty positive on the day. Let's go ahead and look at the last part of the analysis, which is going to be the RSI. Okay, so immediate short-term time frame bouncing off of that SMA 14 represented by that pink line. That baby blue line is the RSI signal itself. Okay, so the RSI signal is in a specific place that's very bullish, and that is the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. Okay, so bull strength percentile is up here, and bear strength is down here, bear weakness, right? So in other words, you can consider the upper half the bullish control zone and the bottom half the bearish control zone, okay? So you can see that we're clearly in that gravitational zone here in the split between bear weakness and bull weakness and bull strength, and that would essentially pull us to the upside here, thus influencing the upper time frames, as we do expect that cascading effect to happen, right? So this is the bi-hourly time frame also bouncing from that SMA 14 with a nice upside pivot approaching the gravitational zone 2. Okay, take a look here at the 4-hour time frame, finding that support from the SMA 14, and we are now breaking upside into the bullish control zone. Okay, so we have to practice some discretion here, because the 4-hour time frame and the 8-hour time frame are indicative of some consolidation. And the reason I can tell you this is because we're in the gravitational zone, the opposing gravitational zone from the bull weakness percentile here. Okay, so that would essentially pull us back down, and then we would find support from the SMA 14 and the prior zone's gravitational zone. Okay, so that's kind of like what I'm saying here, that we could, if we don't experience any more buy-side liquidity, then we could potentially face some consolidation here in the shorter period. But remember, this is the 4-hour time frame, and this is the 8-hour time frame. I mean, if we're going to consolidate a bit like this, it should be about a day or two. It's okay. We can validate current support, since we are on an upside here. So that's it's always a good thing to not face such an impulsive move to the upside, because this gives us a chance to really maintain that upside and grow in a more healthy manner, right? Instead of just rocket shipping to the upside and then capitulating right afterward, not even giving anyone a shot at the glory, right? But now moving on to the 12-hour time frame, we clearly have an upside pivot here from the signal line and the SMA 14, looking very nice. Daily time frame reflecting very similarly to the 12-hour time frame. And now I want you to focus on this though. 3-hour time frame getting dangerously close to that SMA 14 right in here, right? So what I want you to notice is that the RSI signal is in the very strength of this gravitational zone here of the bear strength percentile. So this is likely to succeed the SMA 14 and then retrace back to validate it as a support before a continuation onto the upside. 5-day time frame showing us consolidation here. It looks like it's just waiting for the influence from the shorter time frame RSI or momentum. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on those things, team. Everything is looking not bad right now, and in fact, we actually got a pretty good I wouldn't say it was a bad FOMC minutes, right? So we definitely got a good read from them. They let us know that they're going to slow down the rate hikes, right? But they're going to continue increasing on that 25 BIP rate. Okay, so that's it's bullish. It means that we're in that disinflationary period, and it means that risk assets could be facing a potential upside and potential consolidation. Okay, so a new zone, a new high for us to validate and consolidate within before the next leg up. And we should practice some patience within that, team. The markets are very, very fragile, and something that can be deterred with any negative catalyst, right? So I want you to remember first and foremost that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.